And I've returned. Welcome back. For those of you watching the VODs on YouTube, hello! Please do all of the social stuff down below the video, etc., etc. As I was going into the break, I noticed that the voiding has changed. So let's just say that this absolutely changes everything. Like, holy crap, that changes so very much. If we look at heavy oil, the voiding recipe in the sinkhole is really nice. 20,000 units every 0.1 seconds. I believe also that this should now no longer have module slots. So, previously, sinkholes had like 6 module slots, along with the gas vents. Let me have a look at the gas vent. That still has the module slots. So, what's effectively changed here is sinkhole stuff has been vastly buffed, but not gas vent stuff. Or at the very least, the gas vent still has module slots when it's not going to eventually, I would think. What is something that gets gas vented? Syngas. Syngas should have a void recipe in the vent. So it's 10 every 0.1. Which I think is still not quite what I expect. So every second, that's times 10. That's 100 per second? Wait, what? 100. Well, that's still better than what I thought. It's 100 per second for gas vent. That math right? I'm pretty sure. Nothing like many multiple hundreds of thousands, but still. Yeah, that's 100 per second for gas vent. Hmm. Interesting. Have I been under that assumption that it's 100 this whole time? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what I assumed the gas vents voided, but now you know it's 100. It's 100 units on the gas vent currently, but it should get updated to be consistent with the sinkhole at some point. That is definitely something that should change for consistency reasons. Alright, we left off with setting up this petroleum gas out of the reformer. I need to get a reformer because this is not being built within my construction zone. Here, I feel like I'm going to sneeze too, so let's pay attention to that. My nose is burning right now. Absolutely burning. I'll do the nah. There. Excuse me. Thingy. Thingy. There you go. That'll be the sulfur with the output there. So that's like everything taken care of. Where's the wood? The wood is processing. This just needs to back up, which it appears to be backing up. So we're moving. That means I don't need you anymore. Just set that deconstruction there. And then once the logs fill and overflow all of the... I'll start getting wood up here for my phosphates. Then I need to output on the phosphates, so that's a good thing to have a look at. Apparently I wasn't even standing in my construction zone to begin with to get delivered that doohickey. The reformer. So, oops. Just a whoopsies. Paste, 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 paste. There you go. And then it's all of the belt logistics to get into the advanced foundry for the molten stainless and the casting units on the stainless. If I were to continue playing this to make super steel and get into all of that in the later phases, of course I'm going to need lots more than just 2.5 stainless per second, stainless steel per second, and a lot more than 19.24 molten stainless per second. But there are upgraded processes for making molten stainless steel. There is an upgraded process that uses a lot of molten stuff instead of all these plates for copper and nickel and niobium and ferrochrome in the chromium and iron. There is a process now that is better, and the output of molten stainless steel, like the ratio between the steel into molten stainless. However, it does require you to spend something new outside of just this stuff in here. It'll still need, like, all of this stuff, basically, but it will also need Fuel Rod Mark IIIs to do that. And Fuel Rod Mark IIIs are just a bit of processing of uranium powder, plus they need Fuel Rod 1s. They upgrade from Fuel Rod 1s for some reason. For some strange reason. And yeah, you can see there you go. That's the final step of the output there of molten stainless steel, needing that Fuel Rod Mark III. So yeah, it's a little bit on the expensive side considering this is 40% powder. 40% powder is easier than getting into the 70%, that's for darn certain, but it still requires the iron ore dust. The iron ore dust expense, which is... Ugh. It's so much iron. That's worth so much iron. But, fine. Fine. Here's the stuff being made now. I've officially gotten all this going. We've got the wood flowing ever so slowly. And eventually I'm going to have those reformers. I do have those reformers. Good! As the line of bots brings me stuffs and things. Yes, deliver me all of these beautiful things really quickly. So, as we will imminently have access to stainless steel, I will need to figure out what in the world I'm going to do for my setup of advanced small parts and where I'm going to set up the advanced small parts production. These little doohickeys are rather important because they will unlock the red belts for me. In particular, the red belts. I could also do electric engine units, although I don't think I have much of a use for those yet. Not quite yet. But I could get into construction bots level 2 after getting into circuit 2s. Yeah, lots of stuff here to think about and consider. Like, what outside of red belts that there's really no point for right now. The electric engine units could get me Yeah, that's circuit 3s. Hello! How's the ending? We are progressing into stainless steel. We're about to get stainless steel. Imminently. And then I'm figuring out, well, just what will I make out of it for now. Because the next step would be advanced small parts into red belts, basically. Advanced small parts into red belts. I need you making what again? Sulfur. Just add some power. And there you go. So I need an advanced foundry. Go ahead and delete these from my inventory. The first thing you set up advanced small parts for was vat brain science. You are mistaken. You are thinking of special small parts. Because the production science packs for the vat brain recipe use special small parts, not, or am I, yeah, it's special small parts. That's the next level. That's the main problem I have with production science vat brain, is that it is pushed back considerably because special small parts require you to get into super steel first. And they're an ingredient directly in real production science packs at this point. Was that changed? I don't remember that being part of purple science before. But that could just be my memory being bad. Wasn't it? Didn't it used to just be coded containers, nuclear samples, control units, and then alien life added alien enzymes? Yeah, so as of today, there's like been a whole ton of updates to the Pi suite, and I haven't actually truly looked at all of them. What I do know is that we did get the mega void on the sinkholes. Sinkholes are now super voiders. They void everything that you can possibly throw at them as quickly as you can throw at them at this point, but not the gas vents. Gas vents can't do that. They can't do it yet. Let's see. Yeah, this needs a lot of belt logistics associated with it, as well as not hot air, that's the next thing. I need you. Yes, you. You need that, you need that. You need the thingies in. I'll go ahead and, share lanes for basically everything. 1, 2, so many things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Gosh, I need that many. I can't. Yeah, that's so very much. Alright. Start requesting and start sharing and doing all the wonderful, beautiful things. These two shared, this by itself. So getting into red belts, by the way, is like one of my main goals. As early as possible, because in particular the underground distance on the red belts is real nice. Real nice. It's a lot more than the default. It's like 15 units, something along those lines. So I don't have to care anymore about doing all these stupid squiggles. My car! By the way, who noticed that that Bob added a vehicle belt immunity equipment to the to Bob's mods? That's a recent development. That was like something I immediately saw. Like, what? We've got vehicle belt immunity equipment in Bob's mods now. Like, excuse me? That's pretty wonderful. Ugh. 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 Actually, that. Spacing. I hate spacing sometimes. So, in actuality, this is going there. I would like belt immunity equipment for vehicles, just as like vanilla feature. Why we have to have mods do that? I would like that under normal circumstances. Ferrochrome is different. It's under what? Again, I always forget. Ferrochrome. I think it's in here. It's under high tech. Okay, good. I see you. You are cobalt extract. That's somewhere in here among this mess. There you are. You are the molten steel. Which is here. You are the niobium plates. You are the nickel plates. You are the copper plates. And you are the supplier of the final doohickey. I still need to add hot air to this, so let's keep that in mind. I also need to add the stuffs. It actually reached. Yay. Give power. And I think that's that, to be honest. Why no cobalt extract? Huh? What? What? Cobalt extract. Here. Why you no go? Why you no go? Why you no go? Hmm? Why you no tar? I had tar. Why you no tar? How did I know tar? Like, how? did it lose the tar in? It had tar in. It made some stuff briefly, but I somehow got rid of the stuff for the tar. Huh. Interesting. I no longer need anywhere near this many thingies. Like, I can completely redesign now all of this mess of sinkholes in here. Because you only need one per substance, basically. Yeah, so I have this as soon as that extract comes in. Then I just have to cast it in a casting machine with hot air into that stainless steel. Yeah, that stuff. That glorious stuff. Also need set. Oh right, I need another station. Dang it. Right. Station. One more is required. Here, let's add one to the bottom. Where do I extend out the bottom? Where do I extend out the bottom? A little bit more than just 2. Pretty sure I have a spot where I do that. Here. This does require an adjustment, though. Get rid of that, just because. Watch out for rails, too. So. No, not the paste. Excuse me, but I... Delete the stuff. Save. So that works, but this one shouldn't. Yeah. This one shouldn't because it's slightly off of where it needs to be. By a tile. Just like so. A singular tile. See, this is just redundant. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. What's the point of having 2 separate blocks when if this block is like if anything here is blocked, the train's just gonna wait way back here. That doesn't need to exist at all. Because they're gonna wait here anyway. For this to be clear. For this, all of this to be clear. The train has to get all the way past into here before another train can move. Also, that needs to all die. I don't need that there. So this is aramid. Our aramid at SS1. You are brought ores. There we go. Come to me, my aramid. Way off to the side. Up we go. Okay, there's the aramid. And then power and sand castings and hot air. Sand castings and hot air. I have that here. Yeah. Sandiest of sand castings. That the alignment? Yeah, looks like it. Very specific spacing. There we go. That's the sand castings. Autosave is autosaving. Take this all the way over. And hot air. You. There. Sure. Stopped caring long time ago about how nice this looks. Slash, not nice this looks. Powered! Just waiting on that cobalt extract to exist. How is it actually looking right now? Has it begun to flow? The copper's begun to flow, so yes, the extract is moving, and the train is moving. Where did it just go? Ah, it just went here. So we just got our delivery of the cobalt extract, which means that I will officially have my stainless steel very shortly. Down we go. And load onto train. Give wagons. I said wagons. Very limited wagons. I don't. Yeah, one each. There we go. Give fuel. S, stainless steel. This D, stainless steel 1. We have stainless steel! Greater than 0. Stainless steel. It exists! We've got it, finally. Stack size 500. Oh god, that's a lot. Yeah, item count. Stainless. Greater than or equal to... 0. Yes, 0. Totally, 200 units. There you go. There you go. Pretty sure I have greater than 200 units. Nah, I don't. That was nowhere near enough time to get 200. That was... yeah. 26. Okay, go back. Loop around to do the thing. Load up the stuff. Well, we now have stainless steel. Yeah. Okay. The mall needs stainless steel, as well as the area that's going to make my advanced small parts. I always am going to be hesitant about where I do these advanced small parts. So as we go down this list, for these advanced small parts, what are they used for? Mall stuff. Almost exclusively mall stuff. There's this natural gas pump jack, crude oil pump jack, just on demand anywhere. Throw drill heads, drilling fluid, and advanced small parts and stuff. But am I ever going to use it for that? No. No is the answer. And then we get into special small parts. The thing is, special small parts will use advanced small parts and will get used in science. This is the reason I would rather have advanced small parts as part of a separate build on my train network. And of course, I'll probably have electric engine units somewhere else too, because, well, unless they're just only used as stuff for the mall, which it does look like it. Alright, so this is a candidate, the electric engine units, to just make at the mall, right? But because the other thing it needs... Because these guys are used in science indirectly via special small parts now for purple science, both vat brain and regular purple science. Wherever that exists. Wherever it exists. Somewhere in here. Right there. Regular purple science, now using special small parts. Yeah, this will have to be a different build for the advanced. So these guys are going to need a whole load of crap. Alright. I also have small parts on my train network, so I may as well just keep at it with that. So, we've got iron, small parts, rubber, nylon, nexlet, duralumin, stainless steel, molten glass, tin, titanium. Oh god, that's a train station. That is a bit of a train station. So, iron, nexlet, nylon, rubber, small parts, dura, stainless steel, molten glass, tin, and titanium. And then, of course, the advanced out. Oh boy. That's a bit of stuff. That is a bit of stuff. Oh, and there's the stainless. One last thing on that stainless is to actually just define stainless steel. There we go. It is done, defined. I can now request it wherever I need to request it, in particular, the mall. So, what train station will I use? Well, this is now completely full. I think, yeah, M and MO1 are requesting stuff. MO2 is free, so let me go into Hue, go down to MO2. MO2, right there. You are stainless steel. Congratulations. Right, do that. Excuse me. Do that. And the train is on its way to send in the stainless steel. This means that I can now officially start working directly on Circuit 2s as well. So, that's a thing, because it's somewhere in here I should have gas processing units as a thing placed. These guys, I think. Yeah, these guys. Stainless steel. Also, electric engine units. That's actually grease tables. Where's the gas processing unit? I'm looking for that icon. Should have set it up. There. Right there. You. This is stainless. Deliver stainless. So all of my basically all of my stainless is going to be delivered right into this guy. Maybe something else is also using it. I think that Grease Table uses it too, so it's split between those two. Maybe something else as well needs it. That's requesting it, but yeah. GPU needed for the doped silicons in particular. That is the key. Needed for doped silicon, and doped silicon is required to make our circuit 2s, but we are not going to work on that. That would be way too much to do in this last, like, 48 minutes of this stream. So instead, what I will do is I will go right down here into this block to start building stuffs. I'm just letting my robots do their deliveries for the moment. Do I really need to wait for this? Not particularly. So this is going to be a train station that is 13 items long, or in girth. Am I going to finish this off streamed or on YouTube? I'm probably just not at this point. How big is this? 20 bit? 12, 13, 14 items. That's one extra. I'm gonna go ahead and copy that, put it there, then use this. For that. Get the edges properly copied too. Yeah, I'm probably just not. If I do play this more, it'll be played on my own time, and I might occasionally do some sort of an update, like, hey, I've done whatever, but yeah, my time going forward is going to be spent on other stuff rather than the Pi Suite. Just, it's a bit too much of a time investment for me right now. And especially considering not this week, but this coming week after is going to be really, 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 really busy, as I will be out of town to help pack and move. I will be muscle. That's going to be my job while I'm away. Is just being muscle. Manual labor to get stuff packed and loaded onto a U-Haul truck to bring back here, and then I have to unload the stuff too. So lots of work and soreness ahead of me, and yeah, I'm not going to want to be thinking too much when relaxing. And when I play the Pi Suite, it's maximum thinking mode engaged for that. Looks like I am out of rail segments here, and then I wanted to paste this guy down. I will just modify this a little bit to not include these pieces of the segments. Oops. Always have to hit confirm. Also get rid of all the belt. I don't need any of that belt and undergrounds and splitters. Save that for me, please. I missed a segment. Really? I didn't. I didn't save. After all that. Save! Oh. What? I had it twice. Well, alrighty then. You. There. Build for me. All the beautiful things. And I want to go ahead and do this nonsense. How far up does that go? There. That's good enough. So this, let's count stations. 12 requesters, 2 providers. That's 1 more than I need. So I can trim that off. I have a supply right there. And by doing this with the roboports, my bots can build this for me. So I can begin to move on with my life. Big free stretch. Okay. And then how many advanced small parts do I really need out of this? This is pretty much just going to be like build a factory for those small parts here. Why is this the final day? Because people aren't watching this, and I am not going to be here for 2 Sundays in a row. So I've decided I'm just going to stop it completely here, that this will be the end. That's my decision, because people weren't watching it to any degree by comparison to my other series thus far. And I mean, I'm looking at the stats, and it's been dropping, dramatically dropping over time, and I can't spend my time on this anymore, frankly. And because I will be away for 2 Sundays anyway, like no matter what, this is the best opportunity I have just to say, okay, this is it. We're done with this. We've gotten this far. It's farther than most get into any Pi playthrough, let alone in PyBlock here. 1 can make up to 4.5. Yeah, that's glorious. I will need stuff and things here. I need those iron sticks to be made. I need the bolts to be made. Which bolts are sticks. Let's actually have proper spacing. And then, of course, people... I have noticed that the interest tends to wane the further you get onto a streamed playthrough. People like playing along, essentially, and if you get way far ahead than people are willing to get to before they lose interest, then, well, people just don't watch as much anymore. So I would need how much? Oh, the full amount. Okay, yeah, that's probably not gonna happen in the slightest. We'll keep it like so. I need that there. And kill you just because of the spacing. And then I also needed something for the glass. Oh. Right. Glass. I hate glass every single time it pops up because of the fluid fuel that it needs. And it means hot air. Hot air and fluid fuel. So, fluid fuel means that I have to set up my standard unit of tar again. Let's go tar. Do the thing. Grab the doohickey for the tar. And grab the other doohickey for the voiding. There you go. That is that. Okay. Then, what was it again? A DDC? No, it's not even that. It's tailings in a fluid separator. It's fluid sep benzene. And I have to void the tar. Right. Void the tar. Basically, I'm going to use tar here as a means of tailings production, as a way of producing an infinite supply of tailings without having to do solid fuel burning, a ton of solid, not solid fuel, but a ton of solid item burning. This would be easier if I just threw it into saline water, though, I think. It would be less space, but, maybe I should saline. Should I saline? Saline water, saline. Here, this recipe, I would need, 20, I need 8 washers. Yeah, I like this better. It's either put 8 washers voiding saline from stone. This is 25 stone, or yeah, 25 stone. Because we need coal, water, slurry fuel into the benzene from coal, water, slurry. Void water, void aromatics, gib tailings, and put tailings behind a overflow valve over here. And I only need 1 sinkhole. Because that's brand new. Brand new! Update. Sinkholes are extremely effective now. They void like 20,000 units of fluid in 0.1 seconds upon obtaining 20,000 units of fluid. So, times 10, 20,000 times 10 is 200,000 units per second able to be voided in a sinkhole. If you can throw that much at it, you are very much limited to the speed of a pump at that level. Very much limited by the speed of pump. But anyway, power is awesome. Let's get that done, and essentially this is one of the easiest, cheapest ways of getting into a fluid fuel, essentially. I'm very much overproducing for this, but yeah, this is fluid fuel. Very, very, very good fluid fuel. Do I even want to do the go through the effort of the thingy? Probably not. Oh, hi. That stays the same. Of the hot air. Hello? Kitten? Kitten? They're chasing each other. They must have had food at this point. So now the kittens are running around and playing. I need to replace this guy with that, I think. No. I do not. And the reason I do not is because I have a fluid request station already down here. This guy. You. Request! Molten glass at Advanced Small Parts 1. Asps. My asps. My dangerous asps. Yep, that works. Bring me molten glass. All the way down there. Bring it to me. Gib glass. Really, I'm all out. Huh. Cool. Well, now it's just a matter of throwing stuff at this, I think. Rubber. Rubber belt. You need 3. This makes 1.5. I'm not gonna bother with all of the, like, ratio crap. You're gonna be rubber. I've decided. R rubber at asp 1. And this one will be iron. R iron at asp 1. Gonna need a fair amount of iron for all of this. You don't take plates. Do you take iron plates? No, you take only the sticks. Only the sticks. And the sticks in the form of bolts. So there's that. Glass is now existent. At the proper rate. You there are going to give me rubber. The rubberiest of rubber. Rubberiest. Yes, rubberiest. That's a word. Then the rest of the stuff is, like, gonna be shared belts, I think, for the most part. Meow. 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 Dolly. Hello. How's a girl? How's that girl? How's that pretty Dolly? That's my pretty girl. That's the pretty girl. Pretty Dolly. Yeah, she wanna squirm? Here, have lap. Have lap, huh? You okay with lap? You like lap? You like lap? Let me just clear the spot for you on lap. There we go. There we go. Yeah? Or are you full of energy and want to go play? Are you playing? Are you gonna be naughty girl? Off she goes to desk. Off she goes to desk. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna cut and paste a little bit here from those guys, and then that. There, that's the loading. This. Ugh. Wow. Um, hmm. I'll have to finger something else out here. Get rid of all of that. Well, that's one way to do it. And that's that. This line does not need to exist. That line goes up. That line is gonna go up here. And it's the same ol', same ol'. All that nonsense. Okay, what's what? That's always a great question. Next lit nylon. Rubber. Well, I've got the rubber, I've got the iron. So, our next slit at that small parts 1. Go ahead and do this as we go. Start getting those requests placed. Our nylon at ASP1. Beautiful nylon, which is under what again? Nylon is high-tech. It is apparently very high-tech substance. A very high-tech substance. Are small parts at ASP1. Small parts a petroleum handling item. If you don't have high petroleum handling, you don't have to worry about small parts. Period. So this is going to be the R duralumin at ASP1. There we go. Next. Ah, dang it, I do need another... I need another fluid. That was... which one? Tin. Tin here, and R titanium at ASP1. This... I think I have too many stations, too. That's the other thing. Oh, hey. Yeah. I think I have more than enough stations. Did I just not count correctly? Because the... or, no, what am I thinking? I don't need another molten, I just need... excuse me? This one. R SS at ASP1. This is stainless steel. I think these are redundant. Not necessary. But let's connect everything and see. Because I'm not going to put it past me that I miscounted somewhere. See how it sat there waiting for that other train to completely clear here? Makes these signals useless. Therefore, I could have a more compact setup if I really wanted to. Very easily. Just be very careful. Why did I put two blue items together like that? Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Give power to all of the everything. Hold up. One tile. There's the rubber belts. Yeah, that's all of the everything. I don't need those two down here. I do not need these. Whoops, that's power. There. Hi, power. Power's everything. There we go. Excellent. Yes, so the next time I get a load of stainless steel, it should come here first, but, you know, order priorities. It's now competing with the mall for stainless steel as the train... Yeah, the train is going to the mall right now on this load. And it's going to take a little while to fill up the mall's buffer, but anyway, that's advanced small parts. Can we appreciate that that is advanced small parts, all done and, well, not quite dusted yet. We need to finish high trains. Finish with the loading. The loading part of this. And that's that. And then a train set to the most minimum settings. Most minimum. Wonderful. Dramatically. Wonderful grammar. Such good grammar. Let's see. I did not name this, right? No. So this is S Advanced Small Parts 1. D Advanced Small Parts 1. Stretch! Redeem stretch! Okay, stretch! 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 Okay. Gotta get the arms as well. And the shoulders. And the neck. Alright, there we go. We got our stretch. We got the stretch in. Let me actually go and see about adding in my management of channel point reward queue thingy. Where is that? Where'd it go? 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 Huh? Manage reward requests. Let me do all that because I've done all the things thus far on that, I think. Okay. Next. You. Dub. That was weird. Okay. Advanced small parts supply to depot. Full cargo. Circuit condition. Do your thing. We got stainless steel. It's a flowin'. It's a flowin'. It's making its way. Once we have that, we'll have some advanced small parts made. Speaking of which, there's one last thing to make sure I do, and that is to actually define the source depot as advanced small parts. Go ahead and save that. And, of course, next up would be MO3. RM03 right here, and that would be getting advanced small parts. There they are. Non-zero advanced small parts. Huzzah! We did it. We got the advanced small parts. They're going onto a train. The train is loading up whatever the stack size is on these. Let's grab a couple. 500, of course it is. Of course it is. So we're going to do that same thing with and just so that it doesn't move on me. 200 units greater than or equal to on those advanced small parts, and we will step out of the way. Say, go ahead and have that as your condition. 200 whole units. That'll be pretty quick. It'll go to the mall, and then whatever in the mall is requesting advanced small parts. That should not really be anything right now. Can I run /time? You can look right here. I mean, sure, but I think it should be the same. 29 days, 6 hours, 33 minutes, 15 seconds. Is what /time says. But, of course, that's not exactly real time because of spending a significant amount of this at ×2 speed, or and at ×5 speed. The beginning was at ×5 speed for a good long while, like at least 400 hours at times of game running time at ×5, and then a few hundred more hours at ×2 until I couldn't run ×2 anymore, and since then it's been at like 40s to 50s. Anyway, it's been some time. It's displayed 702.5 hours on here, and I should have gas processing units by now. Yeah, I've got my GPUs. Excellent. I just now need to start to put requests in for the red belt stuff. That would be here. To actually define the red belt stuff. Get the requests going. Request. And where's the stackers? There's the stacks. Those will take circuit 2, so I can't really do the stacking belt boxes quite yet, but yeah, just as soon as we get this stuff delivered, that would be red belts. Greater than 0 amounts of red belts. There is no chance in hell that I will at any time soon be able to actually consistently use these red belts, but we will at least have them. We will have them. So there's that. We'll have them. Ugh. Essentially, these would be used really for the underground distance where I need / want the underground distance of 15, gap 14, as well as the circumstances where it's like just over 15 items that I need to move per second at the end of a line. Just when I need greater than 15 on throughput would be when I want to use these. I can't just willy-nilly go about and use them for all purposes going forward. But yeah. Here's the thing though. We have about 12 minutes left in this stream, and we've sort of reached what I can realistically do in this one particular stream as our final stream together. So I think what I want to do to end us off here is to just have a look at the base. How does that sound? Let's just review this playthrough thus far and what we've done, how we've gotten here, all of that good stuff in this last period of time. Now that I've gotten stainless steel and advanced small parts set up today, which yeah, I was planning on doing at least that anyway. It's just we happen to be ending off the series here because of low viewership, primarily. And because I can't play these next 2 weeks anyway. Alright, so, PyBlock, as a concept, is very close to C-Block. You start on a tiny little patch of ground and get 1,000 units of landfill to build up stuff, as well as some starting resources, and you have to just keep expanding your land area, make all of your stuff from water, and that is exactly what we did. The very beginning was in this brown area. All this brown vanilla landfill is sort of how we began things. I think the 0 on this map is somewhere around in here. Up here was the 0, I think. Near the iron and copper. I think that was my starting copper, and that was my starting iron. Nodes. I did use a main bus through logistics science, and it extended itself all the way down into here. So this line of power is what remains, basically, of what was the main bus that extended all the way up here. I've since built over all of that, deleted all of that, as I've gotten new processes to make things, and updated and real good processes to make things. As soon as I could do rails and bots, I did rails and bots, and have not regretted that transition at all. It's just a little bit of pain to go around and build all of these rails. Just I had to put it all onto a network and have my robots build all this stuff for me. So, going through all of this, I suppose I will start here, because this is the heart of my entire base, right here. This is the iron and copper ore production area out of tar. So all of this tar out of stone, this is like 6.5 thingies, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 of tar. Each one of those is 250 per second, so you can do the math there, making a lot of copper and iron. All of that is being processed right down here into the copper and iron plates out of molten. This is grade 4 molten copper casting, and then high grade iron molten casting, as well as steel in here, with a local location for producing my borax. So the borax is also in there, right in here, also out of tar, being made somewhere here, right in here, right next door. This tar going into borax, going into washed borax that gets loaded onto trains. Over here, all of the copper and iron that's being produced out of this mess goes all the way over here to load onto trains. Also, right up here, we've got some glass production. Glass is also being used in Factory Smo. I have used Factory Smo on this playthrough, but very quickly realized that Factory Smo eats performance. Just it's a huge performance hog at the scale that you need for a pi base. So yeah, the whole reason why I'm such poor performance right now isn't necessarily the size of my base. That's a big part of it, yes, of the number of entities at the scale that I've built, but also because of the Factory Smo buildings eating power performance too on all of its buildings. So this stuff basically exists inside of Factory Smo buildings as well. So this is all of my quartz and glass. Quartz into glass is right in here next door. Over here, we've got latex. All of the outdoor stuff in here is latex, and inside we have tin and aluminium with our duralumin going. That's all of that. Down in here, more train station stuff. Here we've got lead, silver, and chromium ore that gets processed all the way up in here through grade 4 chromium casting. I'm pretty sure. As I hear kittens playing, running around. And I have Nextlet right next door processing processing tailings into Nextlet plates, as well as making glorious Nextlet tile, which is this stuff. Nextlet tile has a walking speed bonus of like 240%, something along those lines. Over here, rubber. Rubber's getting made out of the process with salt and styrene, something like that. Yes, this styrene. Pretty nifty. This just requires titanium in, as per usual, along with lead and iron, for how I've built this in here to get access into stuffs and things. The iron oxide for this. And yeah, benzene, pretty easy out of tailings, etc., etc. Up here, lots of fish. Lots of fish. PyBlock has a completely free basic fish farm, as in it doesn't use any power whatsoever. No power at all on the basic fish farm. So use it. Use it. Make fish. Make blood out of fish for urea, and use the wastewater to make more urea. That's my urea production right there. All of the seaweed is coming from all the way up in here, where I have some really, really good seaweed out of basic seaweed crops, which are also completely free of power use. These do not use power whatsoever. They are a little bit slower though, so it's a lot more space, but I'm doing a saline water and carbon dioxide recipe for this because it's free from water. And it vastly improves the output of the seaweed crop facilities. Each one of these setups is 15 seaweed per second. So I have 30 here as built, with spots for more. Over here, I've got plastic. very similar build to the rubber. Little bit better overall on the layout for this plastic, but hey, there you go. There's plastic. Next door is niobium with all of its wonderful stuff. All of those wonderful fluids needed for the niobium on the basic niobium casting. Up here, well, we've got more advanced stuff. We've got the optical fiber being made right in here. Spent a long time making the optical fiber, making the aramid for the optical fiber, and all the nylon and all that good stuff. Over here is that brain biocomputing for chemical science. And in here we've got a og blood for blood, for stuff, for blood meal, as part of the production of the nylon in particular, and the PCB2s. And over here is Cermet. Dedicated Cermet. This is from water. I can place this anywhere and just have Cermet on demand. It's one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite builds because Cermet is just such a pain in the rear in a normal playthrough. Just the concept of just having Cermet on demand, just something I can copy paste down, and it just gives Cermet is just astounding. I love it. This glorious train station is being used to make my PyScience right in here, and I'm bringing in all the stuff to make the PyScience out of that. Let's see. Over here we've got fiberboard, dedicated fiberboard through the more advanced recipe for the fiberboard. In here we've got etching solution as well. Got a whole bunch of power in these guys out of benzene, just as extra supplemental power, as well as each of these is power out of syngas and hydrogen from tar. So anytime you see one of these going around the base, that's all of that. Got Aug Guts and Aug Brains, as well as in here, this is Retrovirus. Glorious Retrovirus being provided onto my network. And then down here, we've got nickel and chromium and the niobium. Here is some liquid nitrogen. Over here is alloys, various different types of alloys. We've got niobium titanium alloy, the titanium tetrachloride, the tin chromium, and the nichrome in particular, all being made right in there. Power, and over here is molten chromium. Then what we've built today, ferrochromium alloy, the stainless steel setups with wood-based phosphates, and down here the advanced small parts. In here is the cobalt extract along with rare earth oxides. If it was moving. I don't think it's moving right now because something or other is going on somewhere. Some backup, maybe I just screwed something up somewhere. No, not enough sulfuric acid. Fine, that's okay. So that's all of that made out of chitin. Big build for chitin on there. In here is the mall, all of the stuff for the mall down below, various other random crap, a few reminders, and mall train stations up here and right down in here. And of course, more power and more power. Here is optical sets being made along with lamps and glassware. So all of that is in this area. Got Relesia being made right in here, quite clearly. Relesia. In here, it's biosamples. Big old build for biosamples. Over here is a big old build for cages and for solder and cages in here. In here, we've got a wide circuit 1s. So this is our standard simple circuits right in here, these guys, along with the small parts. Small parts plus circuits. They go well together. All the power in the world. And then the next line, 3 more lines to go. We've got AUG-based lard loading into a train station that is also making some lab instruments right in here. Next door, we've got 4 builds for making titanium through the grade 4 or whatever processing. I think this is grade 4. Titanium plates, direct casting. Titanium is a big build because this is, you have to classify rich dust to get a consistent supply of titanium in PyBlock. So that is a lot of sand into that rich dust. So really big builds. I have that times 4. Lots of stuff. More mall, and then in here we've got wood for the main phosphate build right down here. This is the main phosphate rock build into phosphate gases and fluids, acids. So all the phosphate processing there. Next door, we've got sulfurics, extra sulfurics that I never have actually set up properly. I need to add trains onto those to add to my sulfuric production. And here, looks like we've got molybdenum. This is the molybdenum processing through the drilling fluid 3 production. So basically in here, I make drilling fluid 3 to give molybdenum and then process said molybdenum into plates. And right below that, it's something very similar for zinc out of drilling fluid 2. Zinc ground boring and processing into powdered zinc and casting from powdered zinc. Big breath, big breath. Very, very close to being finished here. Right in here, we've got what exactly? What is this? Filtration media. Filtration media and activated carbon. So filtration media plus activated carbon being provided down there. In here, this is the actual sulfuric acid that's being produced out of petroleum gas, out of, well, aromatics and hydrogen, ultimately from tar, and ultimately from water. So there's that. Just eats a little bit of iron for all of that. Over here, we've got the primary wood and coal, because the coal is, in my opinion, in PyBlock, best made out of wood. So we've got 15 coal, 15 wood out of this particular block here. Above that, we have the Kickalk build, making me some glorious Kickalk through a relatively basic recipe, as well as, next door to that, primers. This is the primers build right in here, being provided onto my train network-ish. Next door to that, I've got cDNA, a dedicated supply of cDNA. Next to that is the good alien samples, the goodest of the good alien samples. And below that, I've got guar, glorious guar, as well as dedicated Fawagi. Completely and utterly dedicated Fawagi build. It is the glorious Fawagi build. Why is Bottleneck not working on these Fawagi plantations? Huh? That's weird. Moving on, final 8, we've got Vrout cocoons. Glorious Vrout cocoons being made right in here with the sap. Down below that, it's a dedicated syngas and ash build, primarily for the ash, actually, more so than the syngas. Next to that is dedicated drill heads, an entire block dedicated to 2 factories. To 2 automated factories, assembling machines. Yeah, it's pretty glorious. This block is logistic science, as well as poor alien samples. They get put onto a big train station. So, beautiful logistic science right in there. Next door to that, I've got microfiber, and all of the infrastructure for the sodium hydroxide is right next door for that microfiber. So all of this is glorious and beautiful sodium hydroxide in here. And then right down below, last but not least, Ulrich. Glorious Ulrich making skin and bone meal, being fed with glorious Ulrich food. Standard Ulrich food. And that is the state of the base. We are 8 minutes over time, but it is the end of this particular series, so it makes sense to have this discussion today and to talk about this. There have been apparently 12,000 dropped frames, 12,423 dropped frames over the course of this 3+ hour stream. 3.7%. I think I'm okay with that. Internet's been a little bit wonky lately around here. So, with that, folks, all said and done, we haven't completed the Pi Suite all the way through to the very end here in PyBlock, but we are going to be ending off this series here for all of the reasons mentioned over the course of this last 3 hours. I would very much like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku's Showboat. If you have enjoyed this series, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below. You can, of course, for the time being, follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat if you are interested in watching something a little bit different, but still Factorio. And you can also support me on Patreon at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat if you are so inclined and able. Same with supporting Pyandon's mods development at patreon.com/Pyandon. I will, of course, be back on the next stream for our other playthrough at the moment, which is an Angels Bob's Space Extension playthrough I am calling Space Angels. I hope to see you all then.